Assalamualaikum Hazur.
Waalaikum salam rahmatullah. Farmaiye.
Hazur, James Bulger, that small baby who was killed by two young boys, recently in the paper has been discussion. The newspaper commentators, they commented in front of a church leader that he said, I teach my children the difference between right and wrong without involving God in it. Why do you have to say God says this? Why do you give them religious teaching? You can get your objective without involving religion.
So what was the answer?
Commenting that this business of involving God.
What was the answer? What was the answer to this question? I mean, I'm asking you.
That church leader, he simply answered him, this is a very touchy moment and I don't want to say anything at this moment.
No, you should. He should have told them, okay, this is what you have come to, by not referring to God. This is exactly what should have happened. So it's a natural consequence, and you have proved the point. You have tried your best and failed, miserably failed. And the British society is deteriorating by the hour, not by the day now. So it's high time to return to God. Moreover, society or law cannot work where God can work. Because belief in God also implies that all your actions are being observed all the time, whether you do things in hiding or do things openly. This is what the Holy Quran has repeatedly pointed out, that Allah sees you, whether you do it at night or during the day, hide it or do it openly. Think, and in your secret recesses, in the secret recesses of your heart, where your thoughts are taking form, God knows what's happening there. So how can a criminal escape detection? And if a criminal cannot escape detection from his own consciousness, then he is much less likely to commit crime than others. Suppose the law was present everywhere, outside and in home, in every street, at every corner, day and night. Would not the incidence of crime fall to a minimal level? That is a simple question. So psychologically, it is impossible for man to cleanse the society of crime as long as that society is atheistic. Because law cannot reach everywhere. And the awareness of each individual, the member of the society, that I can escape detection and escape punishment, encourages and promotes crime. Plus, there is no preventive, no moral preventive, to turn the criminal's mind away from crime. So I'm talking of a different level now. At this level, law cannot induce anyone. If a parent tells his children, one of the parents tells his children, don't do it, they would say, why not? What is the big reason? And you are not the creator, we are individuals, we are free. And if that is what is being preached day and night, in your television, in your radio, in your other systems of communication, then why should a man abstain from committing crime, and why should he consider anything as crime? In the final analysis, if there is no God, the only law which remains understandable and also can operate eventually, permanently, is the law of might is right. There is no other law. And this is the law which the Western politics understands. And that is the only law which they respect. Now, as far as it is in the field of politics, it's all right because your might and right formula is creating havoc not with your own people, but with other poorer and weaker nations in the world. But when this formula begins to operate in your own streets, in your own homes, then this is the result. So when there is no moral inhibition from committing crime, then there is no end to it. The society is bound to go downhill. Nobody can reverse the direction. So that is what should have been the answer by the leaders of the church, but they themselves are responsible. Their own philosophy is incapable of holding on to morality and to God. They have already slipped and lost their ground, unfortunately. Right. Yes, please.
Assalamu alaikum, sir. Is it allowed to buy and sell shares in the stock? Is it allowed to buy and sell shares in the stock exchange?
In the stock exchange, this is a very tricky question. I think basically the stock exchange philosophy is closer to gambling than to anything else. What you call speculation does not follow any set rules. There are no economic rules which govern them infallibly. More chance plays a greater role in the speculation than anything else. So if in the ultimate analysis it is only a game of chance in which you can lose everything and you can gain much more than you put in as labor, then of course it shouldn't be commended at all. And again, it is unwise. I remember some Ahmadi youth who were overexcited about this business of speculating, and they started opening firms, they started borrowing money, or at least convincing other Ahmadis to put in their share into their growing and flourishing business of speculation. And I warned them against it. I said, look here, you will not only destroy yourself, but you will play havoc with the money of other Ahmadis. So stop doing it. And whoever sought my advice about this, should we put in some money? I said no. Only those were saved who followed this advice. Millions of worth of pound and other things were totally lost in this. People decamped with it ultimately, whatever they could save for themselves. And some are serving jail. So it brought nothing but misery. So remember the formula that quick money formulas always have some trick, some loophole, some moral deficiency in them, which attracts generally morally deficient people more than the people who are stable in their thinking, who are balanced in their attitude to life. Thank you. Please.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Hazur, referring to the prophecy of Muslim Maud, Hazrat Masih Maud alayhi salatu wasalam, throughout the Sabz Ishtihar, he has referred to the Muslim Maud in a singular term, that he will be, he will be, he will be.
Right.
He has never ever mentioned that they will be. But in the obituary khutbah of one of our great ladies, Hazrat Tahir Raziyallahu Ta'ala Anhu,